If you are using Twitter these days, you might be surprised that they just launched a dedicated video tab. And now, what is the dedicated video tab? This is where you can just endlessly scroll videos that have been posted on Twitter. But let me tell you, friends, don't make the mistake that I did because I have Twitter Premium. And by the way, if this is your first time here, my name is Eileen Smith, aka Miss Eileen. And right now I am streaming on YouTube and I'm also streaming on Twitter. And if you're here, go ahead and say hi in the chat so I can know that you're here and say hi back and put your comments up on screen through the power of Ecamm Live. Okay, let's get back to Twitter. So I think that a lot of the social media space is going to be changing drastically in 2025. As we know, TikTok was offline for maybe around a day or a little less than a day. And so all the other platforms were pushing out updates that they obviously were already working on. But it's like, well, if TikTok's not around, we got to push this video related vertical video, very specifically related feature. We got to push this out now and strike while the iron is hot. Well, as many of you who were TikTok fans know that TikTok came back quickly, but that didn't stop those updates from being pushed. So, one of the updates is this one about Twitter. And I saw it, people tweeting about it, that there's a dedicated video tab. Now, on mobile is where the dedicated video tab will live, but you can also tap on it on your desktop. So I'm going to get into that in a minute. But let's just go right over to the screen share so you can see on mobile. Now I'm using an iPhone. All right. So here we are. And I have premium account. And so when I came over to my app, I didn't see it at first. It's there now, but I didn't see it at first. Then I remembered. Honestly, I went and I checked, make sure that I had the latest version of the app and all that good stuff, and it was. And then I was like, wait, premium users have custom navigation. So I went to my custom navigation. In order to get there, you tap on your profile and then you tap on premium. Okay, because I know a lot of my followers are also premium users. And so you see all these different things that you have with premium, but custom navigation is where you need to go. And you see it's right up at the on the top row as one of the choices is video. So you can't get rid of the home button, which is just a little annoying for me because your home button is basically kind of your For You feed, and I never used a For You feed. This is one of the reasons why I continue to use Twitter and it doesn't bother me because I don't go to the For You feed. I have specific Twitter lists that I follow, and that is what keeps me from seeing all the nonsense and the rhetoric that I don't care about. All right. So I open up my app and I go right to my list. Okay. So the navigation can be helpful. And what you can do, as I just mentioned, is you can change those buttons that appear on the bottom row. So now, front and center, you see video as one of the choices up at the top. All right. So I'm just going to turn it off. So you see now at the bottom row, it disappeared. Let me turn another one off. I'm going to turn spaces on. You don't want too many because they limit you to having six, and really you're limited to having five because remember, home is default. You can't turn that off. So you really are limited to having five options there. I'd like to have DMs there, even though I don't really pay DMs that much attention. So at this point, this is kind of what it looked like before I opened up the video tab. So I really had to make a decision like, which one of these am I going to get rid of so that I can put that video tab there. And so I decided that I'm going to get rid of my messages so that I can make room for video. Because, Twitter Spaces, I'm a host of Spaces, so I want to have that there. And a Twitter list, that's how I navigate Twitter. So I definitely need to have that Twitter list icon there. And so here's the thing that I didn't do the first time I came in here. You got to go up to the top and click save. That's a crucial step. Okay, so now let's go back over and let's go to my profile real quick. And by the way, shout out to the Martin Luther King Foundation and all the activities that are being um, broadcast today from the MLK Center for in honor of the Day of Service. Okay, so make sure you tune into that. It snowed here, and where I'm at, I'm not sure how the weather is where you are, but I'm not going to be able to get out and about, but I will be able to watch. All right, so here we go. Let's just go over to this video tab, and this is just for demonstration purposes. It's not going to bring up stuff that I follow. I think it's kind of random. Let's see. And yeah, it's pretty random. And so I'm just going to scroll. We're not going to actually watch any videos. But I've showed this feature in a previous video about how you can just scroll through videos on Twitter just like you can on TikTok and Reels and things like that. And so this is a cool update, especially for those that want to maintain that stream of videos. You just want to be entertained and things like that. It's not really about coming on and following the news or updating with your friends and things like that like we normally do. So hang on just 1 minute. Let's switch gears real quick since we're here. As soon as I can figure out where my scene is. Okay. Well, we don't have to do that. So now I want to share with you a similar type of update that was rolled out. This one is by our friends at Meta, and in particular, it's Instagram. Instagram, and shout out to Jen's Trends, my girl Jennifer, who has brought this to my attention. And this is something that on Instagram that people had kind of feared, and it has to do with your Instagram grid. Your grid is now. Hey, Doug is here. How you doing, Doug? Is my audio coming through clear? Evidently it is, because you know what I'm talking about. But thank you so much for joining. And so with this new vertical layout, all right, great. Thank you, Doug. Let me, in fact, let me see. Where's my comment bubble? Doug says vertical video everywhere. Yes, it really is. And I'm all clear. Thanks so much, Doug. Okay, and so Here's another thing that I didn't understand about this vertical layout now. Honestly, I talked about Twitter. I'm on Twitter every day. I'm on Twitter multiple times a day. Instagram, I don't really post on Instagram that much because there's just reasons why. However, I do maintain a presence there. I'll post in stories and things like that. And I do navigate the app just to see what's going on over there. All right. So with all those caveats out the way, so here's what happens. I'm going to go to a picture here. You click, no, actually, this is a video. I'm sorry. Click on the three dots. And I can, if you go about halfway down, you see it says remove from profile grid. Roundabout right here. Remove from profile grid. So if there was something now on my profile grid that just looked whack, right? I can remove it. But I'm not going to do that. What you can do also is adjust the preview. So now I've scrolled down. Let's see if I can. I always got to remember right here it says adjust preview. Now I can drag it just to reposition it a little bit. I don't, in this particular case, it really doesn't make that much difference. But in your case, it just all depends upon what you have on your grid. Now, there's also this option where I can decide to fill it with a background when I make that adjustment. Okay, so I'm going to turn it off and say fit. But now I'm going to say fill. Now I can turn the background off. I'm sorry, I can toggle between a black background or a white background. So there's going to be a border around it to make it fill that vertical spot. Okay. And so that could be either black or white. So in this case, I just turned it back to white. It was black. So let's just go back to my grid. And you'll see here, there's one that I have that has the black. This one has the black around it. This one has the white. It's just up to you. I don't use dark mode on my phone anymore because I realized that it's made my vision blurry. I know most of my friends love dark mode, and most of y'all wear glasses. And so, anywho, so yeah, so you have that option. Here's another one. This one was a photo. Okay, this one was a photo. So I want you to see what happens here when you adjust the preview. And I could have, like I said, added as the white background, and or I could just, this is the way it looked before. So it was all getting cut off. So I definitely wanted to, like, let me just go ahead and fix that because all the important bits about that are getting cut off. And by the way, this was a prediction that I made back in 2022. I actually, for Ross Brand does this live streaming predictions book. He's been doing it for like 6 years, 7 years. And it's an incredible compilation of all the top live streamers, who he's reached out to contribute. And this was a prediction that I made back in, actually had to send it to him in 2021, by the way. We'll see a plethora of apps that we can use for automating our workflows through innovations in AI and AR. Just so you know, this was before Chat GPT. That's why a lot of times when people ask me to make predictions now, I'm like, I I given all I can give. I told y'all AI was coming like way before. Anywho, that was a little digression. Only thing I can say now is more AI. Okay, so so here's another one. That's a photo. Let's see. Now, um, what I do want to point out is I showed you how you can remove from your grid, but also the differences between, see, remove from profile grid, right? But also the adjust preview is different. Notice how the other one I was able to do the fit or the fill or whatever. And this one I can only move things around, up and down. So it's just, I believe, because this one was an actual reel versus uh, just a video that you posted on Instagram. So there's little subtle differences there. So if you notice that, how come it doesn't say this on this? That's why. It's just the different content formats. And, honestly, I like it. I like the idea of having this vertical grid. You know why? Because the only thing that I ever created that was square was Instagram. And that's probably the real reason why I don't use it that much. I don't have time to be making square images. Like, who does that? Well, I know a lot of people do it. I'm sorry. If I offended you, I apologize. I know a lot of y'all are doing it. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to say today. I just want to do a quick recap here. Let's see if I can figure out what I'm doing here, what I got on screen, and all that good stuff. No, I can't. I don't know. I'm hiding my my overlays. There it is. Okay, we talked about Twitter, and I know some of y'all call it X, but let's face it, it's Twitter. The X dedicated video tab. Oh, I didn't show it to you on desktop. You're welcome, Doug. I didn't show it to you on desktop, so hang on. Hang on one little momento. No, I don't know if I can show it to you on desktop. Hold up. Uh-huh. No, I'm not seeing it now on desktop. I saw it earlier. Right now, I don't see it. I don't know if it's because I have a premium account. I'm not sure. But in any event, just look for that dedicated video tab if you're somebody who just wants to constantly scroll through and be entertained. And, if TikTok ever goes down again and you're just looking desperately for some entertainment, come back over to Twitter and and get your scroll on because it's way way more bizarre and weird than what you'll see on Reels. Although there are some bizarre old things on Reels now these days too. Okay, with that, I want you to have an amazing day. And if you're able to participate in the day of service, then please do that. And I will see you in the next video. Make sure you watch this video that YouTube is going to recommend. Have a great day.